Welcome back, you filthy exiles. Alright, after my last video about delving at about depth 250 to 300, making profit in Exalts, what I realized in the comments from people was that you don't actually need to go that low to make profit. I'll just adjust this a little bit. So I went, well, I had a bit of a break from PoE, did a few things like that, and then I went, wait a minute, what if I do depth 100 delving, and where would that get me, and could I make profit off depth 100? Well, surprisingly, the result is surprising. So let's just unpack how far I actually went in depth 100. So basically I started another lesser character, which obviously the character I'm playing right now is not my necromancer I was originally playing, and we had about, it's not 100, need 106, give or take, down to 108. And basically we followed this delve chain here, right? This is, say, because it's 100, maybe 15,000 sulfite. So half of my total pool of sulfite, or essentially, maybe give or take 20,000. Let's just round it at 20,000 sulfite. So not an absolutely unrealistic amount of sulfite to be running. Anyway, what I found was it's quite profitable, and I'll show you what came out of it. So I essentially accrued all of this here, all these fossils, so serrateds, frigids. What I surprisingly found was a lot of resonators drop, like an absolute shitload. Now, in the interest of keeping this video short, I'm not going to price check all these here, but I have prepared some numbers. So if we go through and basically unpack what I've actually essentially accrued here, what you can see is from the fossils we've made a total amount of at current value 93.8 chaos in fossils. Now this is only, say, a tops of 2 hours of farming in the delve. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but at Delve 100, if you're struggling with a lower level character, or if you're at the start of the league and Delve 100 is all you can handle, as long as you're able to survive the dark, and if you watch my previous video, I'll show you the shows you the strategy that I used to farm that far at 250, 300. Basically, as long as you're running something like Vitality, or you have the ability to sustain the dark just for a few seconds, and you invest in putting it into your light sources, your flares, as far as your azurite goes, then you can pretty much sustain pretty much anything down there. So sort of unpacking that. So this is the revenue at current day market for the fossils. Now, if this was starter league, this would be significantly higher because people are crafting a lot more. That being said, you're still going to sell this pretty consistently at this point in the league. Even 2 months in, people are now just sort of currency farming and things like that. But if we look at starter league, this is going to be a lot more profitable. What was more surprising, and some of this was dumb luck, is I actually found I made 165.8 chaos off of resonators alone. So resonators, for some reason, I don't know, I might have just got really lucky, but they were just constant. The resonator caches were just constant at level 100, so I don't know if there's anything more to that, or maybe it's just pure RNG. Anyway, after about, say, 2 hours, I ended up with 259.6 chaos at the current PoE Ninja value as of the 1st of the 2nd, 2020. I'm aware that a lot of my viewers are American. Yes, in Australia, we put the month after the day. It's the opposite way around. We are down under, so we do things differently. Anyway, that converted to the absolutely ridiculous Exalt trading price of 174 chaos as of today, right now, is 1.49 Exalt. Now, if we translate that to, say, 70 chaos, which was the previous market value for the first month and a half of the league, you actually would have made about 3.7 Exalt from just 2 hours of farming Delve 100. Now, I haven't done Delve 50, but what I can pretty much say is, unless you really want to push for like sanctified fossils and like a lot more chaos itself drops, and this is not including an Exalt orb that dropped while I was down at Delve 100. This is not including the chaos drops and things like that as well, and any other gear drops. This is simply just fossils and resonators. What I would say at this very point is, as long as you can sustain Delve 100, Delve 100 is probably as low as you need to go to successfully farm your way through to get enough currency to fund your build at the start of the league. Later in the league, and obviously this has been in the comments too, yes, if you're map farming, then you really want to target the Conquerors, and then you basically want to farm the Awakener, and orbs off that and whatnot will build you a shitload of currency. Like we're talking a multi-strike gem, an Awakened multi-strike gem is like 55 Exalt, and it's pretty much stayed around the 50 plus Exalt range, so and that's the potential drops that you could get from that sort of farming. This sort of farming is more structured. It's still somewhat subject to RNG, but it's more targeted towards lower DPS characters. So this will help you get your character to where you want it to go, and this is really beginner friendly. So as I showed you, basically all you want to do is fundamentally just pick a spot at about 100. So you get down to push down to 100, which isn't too much. Honestly, I was running this with a level 82 Holy Flame Totem character and doing quite well. In fact, it was effortless. As long as you've maxed out your darkness resist, you're fine. And just basically accruing about 10,000 sulfide is very, very easy as well. If you're up to red tier maps, then that's a nothing job. So big thumbs up for Delve 100ing, and it was a good suggestion in the comments in the last video. So yes, it is definitely profitable to run Delve 100s. If you can't get lower than Delve 100, I wouldn't stress, just keep going horizontally, and that's going to net you plenty of profit to be able to fund your builds, fund whatever you want. I'm going to sell all of that currency now because it is money wasted otherwise for this league. So when I say money, I mean chaos as money, not real money. Chaos. Yeah, so yeah, if this is helpful for you, if you want to see me actually do this, I can do a video with a character that I'm currently leveling up, which is a Freezing Pulse totem character, which you'll see a video where I was just streaming for the last 2 hours. But yeah, Delve 100s, easy way to make Exalts, especially very beginner friendly. Delve at 100 is not nasty, it's just a little bit of a balancing act at level 80. But you'll get through it and you'll be able to make profit. So yeah, if this video is helpful, like and sub. If you think it's shit, dislike, up to you. Yeah, until next time, have fun down at Delve level 100 and selling to fossil farmers and fossil crafters. All right, bye.